Good evening, everybody.
Happy Sunday, everybody. Hopefully you guys are had a great week, having a good weekend so far. Happy Mother's Day is what I want to start off with.
Yes.
First of all.
My mom's here.
And my mom hopefully is
on
watching.
her way.
She might join, she might not. She depends, but or she's watching.
She's been enjoying Zoom all week.
She has. She's been joining Zoom all week. I'm so proud of my mom. She was apprehensive, always like, I don't know about Zoom, but she clicks the button, gets in. So I'm really happy. So we just want to wish a happy Mother's Day.
I'm Nick.
And I'm Jean-Luc.
Happy Mother's Day.
And we want to wish a happy Mother's Day to every single person, every single person who identifies as a mom. And it could be a fur baby mom. It could be having your own children. It could be any type of mom that you are to somebody else. When you take care of somebody else, that motherly instinct comes out. For men, for women, for no matter what. So, but we thank all the moms in the world and we love you all. And we love our two moms, especially. They mean a lot to us. So
we're both mama's boys.
We are definitely mama's boys. Can you tell?
Can you tell? Yeah, can you tell? So tonight's water word is people.
People.
We'll talk about that. Why? Wonder why.
I like people.
So that's the water word of the week. Our guest tonight is Lindy Salucci, and we will get to her shortly. Her story is amazing, so I can't wait for you guys to hear her story. And also, she's just fun to chat with. It's like,
and you know what's even more fun?
What?
She's part of P3.
Yes. So we can talk to everybody now about P3 Weight Loss Experience. The name was actually revealed this week. The full name of the company is P3 Weight Loss Experience, combining mind, body, and soul.
Yes.
We're mind.
We are mind.
Antonetta's body.
And our
Kieran,
lovely Kieran, or otherwise known as Key, is soul. The food you feed your soul in order to be healthy and feel good.
And so this has been something we've been working on for a while.
Almost a year. Maybe more than a year.
We had a pilot. Our pilot is running now. So we have a summer pilot that started last week. We're on day 8 now of the pilot. It's been great. I actually, because of the meal plan that Kieran developed, I lost some weight this week. I'm teal on my Shape-A.
We are
for the first time in months.
And for those of you who don't know, we are no longer weighing with an actual numbered scale anymore.
Right now.
We're now using a device called a Shape-A, and it's a color scale.
Yeah.
So you only know where you're trending. If you're trending on a losing streak, if you're trending in a maintenance mode, or if you're trending on a gain. And it's really, we've been doing this device scale since January, and no lie, it's helped us a lot.
Yeah.
In the mindset.
Yeah. Especially in the depression time set that I was going through February, March. Back in the day, when I used to have those very long moments of depression, the scale number would add on to that depression. I would get on it and I'd see I'm gaining weight, and I'm like, oh, I don't want to eat well, and I want to say it. So it was like kind of like it was affecting me more by seeing that number. But I was so obsessed with weighing myself that I couldn't stop it, even when I was not trying to lose weight.
And even when we were doing well and we would see the number go down, we're like, oh, I guess we can indulge more this weekend.
So it's helped a lot, because this year with my depression this year, I got out of it without the number affecting it. And I still don't know what I weigh now, but I know right now I'm trending in the losing direction. And that's what's different. I don't need to know the number. I just know that my scale is telling me you're losing right now. So keep doing what you're doing.
Going in the right way.
You're going in the right, telling me.
You're on the right path, which is great. Just to also let you know, we are Shape-A
influencers,
ambassadors. So we want to make sure that is aware that everybody is aware of that as well. And we don't only I feel cheesy saying this, but I'm not lying about the product in a sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, we love it.
We love the product.
Yeah. Like, that's why we reached out to the company. We actually are the ones who reached out to them and said, we love your product.
And then after talking to them and really seeing how important health is in what they're doing with their device, and not only in regular weight loss management, but in so many other ways. They have so many other divisions that they're working with people with other issues about food and so on and so forth. And so we're really looking forward to making this partnership, or this relationship, grow, I should say.
So P3 Weight Loss Experience has a meal plan.
It does.
It has mindset sessions. It has activity portions. It has events. It has a lot of stuff. But most of all, it has community.
Yes.
What we've been able to do the last 7 days with this group of people is we've been able to create a community of people that's supporting each other. That's all on the same wavelength and trying to do the same thing. We're all encouraging each other and pushing ourselves along. And that's what we're trying to build here. It's called P3 Weight Loss Experience. Take the first letter of the weight loss experience. It's we.
The two first letters.
Because P3 we is community. That's what we focus on. We know that that's how we do well with our weight loss. We need the help of others. We can't do it alone. And so that's what and
it's an experience. I want people to realize, if you notice, we're not calling it anything else. It's an experience, because everybody's going to experience their own journey throughout the 12 weeks that we're offering. So if you have any questions about it, please feel free to reach out. We'll be more than happy to let you know. There is another fall session coming out.
There's going to be a sale coming up soon. So for those of you interested, go to p3experience.com.
Sign up for the newsletter.
There's actually going to be a coupon code sent out in the next few weeks, the next few days, actually, with the registration for the fall, where you can save $10 off if you register before July, the end of July 31st. July 31st. So that's going to be coming out shortly. And we're excited. We had 260 people trying the pilots right now. And it's insane to have that much support from the get-go. And we want to make this.
And this is something for everybody, no matter what journey you're on. You can implement whatever we're providing to you alongside what you're doing.
We've made up even our own acronyms.
Yeah, we have our own little
power goals and power measurement zone. Like there's all these things happening. So anyways, let's move on
about us. Let's talk to Lindy.
Let's talk to Lindy now. So hi, Lindy.
Hi, guys. I usually call you boys. Hi, boys.
You can call us boys. You can call us boys. Yeah, we love it. How's your Sunday?
So first of all, can I just address the monkey in the room here?
Yes.
I have conjunctivitis. So if anyone's looking going, what is wrong with her face? That's it. I toyed with putting a thing on my eye, and my daughter said, Mom, you look like a pirate. Take
And you know what, Lindy? You look amazing regardless. Beautiful. Okay, you look beautiful. And it's like
we never even would have known if you wouldn't have said anything.
Exactly.
It's probably because you feel it yourself. And I'm sure
it's driving me nuts.
I bet. It's always when you have something, it's like I want to scratch it. Yeah.
I have a blemish right here for 3 days now. And it's like, okay, it's a zit. Okay, people, there's zits. And I broke out and I'm like
high def.
Yeah. HD.
Right.
So hi, Lindy.
Hi.
I think the first question I have for you is
introduce
yourself. Like, who are you?
Where are you from?
Where are you from?
Okay. Well, my name is Lindy Chalucci, actually. You didn't say
Chalucci.
it right, but that's okay. You know what? It used to be Vanderson.
Chalucci. It's Chalucci.
Oh, he's going to totally give you a hell about it.
It's Italian, right?
Chalucci.
It's Italian. Chalucci.
You got to put the hands like this when you say it too, right? Chalucci.
It means little bird of all weird things. There you go, right? So yes, I live in Etobicoke in Ontario, and I'm 62. And right,
don't look 62.
I thank you, darling. And I have two daughters by birth, but I also have a sort of son that I took it at 18. My daughters have moved out, but I still have sort of son living with me. And I lost 150 pounds, so half my size. I was 300 pounds. Now it's funny because I know a lot of people within our community were heavier when they were younger, but that wasn't my case. I was a normal weight, however, or regular, whatever you want to call it. However, I thought I was overweight. So I have 8 brothers and sisters. I'm from a really big family, not Catholic, funnily enough.
I like how she has to say that we weren't Catholic.
Right? Disclaimer. I wanted to have a lot of kids. One
Italian and not Catholic on top of that.
No. I'm married.
I know. Married. I know. I'm teasing
right? You. So in a large family, for any of you out there who are in a large family, you tend to get a label. Right. So you're the pretty one, or you're the smart one, or you're the sporty one, like we're like the Spice Girls kind of. And so, so, right. Everyone gets a label. So my sister, who's closest to me, 2 years older, Kathy, she was the skinny one, and she still is a little tiny thing. And so when I came along, I just became the chubby one. Even though I look at all the pictures of when I was younger, all through school, and I was just a regular size. And then my best friend, who's still my best friend 50 years later, actually, she was 5'1" and 115 pounds. I wasn't, right? But in my mind, because I wasn't 5'1" and 115 pounds, I thought I was heavy. So I just, I started this whole cycle of crash dieting. So the very first one I went to, people get a kick out of this. The very first one I went to, and some in Ontario might know, was called Diet Workshop. Do you remember that one? Or you guys
I
are too
don't.
young?
Yeah.
You're probably too young.
Yeah, no.
You're right.
No.
You weren't even born yet, Nick.
I was born in 83, so was it around then?
Oh my goodness. You're just a few years older than my girls. Oh my gosh. So anyway, I joined the very first time, and I walked in and I stepped on the scale, and I weighed 142 pounds. Right? I would kill to weigh 142 pounds right now.
And back then in your mind, you were like, oh my goodness, that's too big.
And so that started this whole mentality of like starving for 3 months, losing 40 pounds, not being able to continue with that, and it's not sustainable. And then I would gain it all, and then a little bit more, and then I had kids, and I gave up my job, and I gave up smoking, and I gave up just everything that was sort of me, and I found comfort in food. And that's in my 30s when I started to go up and up and up and up.
And at that point, you were no longer going to any type of meetings, or you weren't even joining a weight loss program or anything like that.
No, I'd given up at that point. I would do a few little things. Same thing. I would join like Weight Watchers at the time, but I would never do Weight Watchers. I would do my thing. So I would starve myself for 3 months and lose weight, because you do, right? Until you don't. Until
you stop doing it.
Yeah.
Until you start eating again, and you're like, I'm gaining weight now.
Wow. Yeah.
I thought that was the magic pill. I thought that would fix it forever.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
until the last time.
When was the last time, if you don't mind us asking?
No, not at all. No. So it was in 2014. I actually went on vacation with 3 of my girlfriends. We went down to PEI, and I was really in denial about how heavy I was. And, when you go to PEI, for any of you out there who are from PEI, it's beautiful, 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 but there's a lot of walking involved because everything is far from each other. And so all this walking, it was just so tiring. And I was really having a hard time keeping up with the girls. Right. And I noticed it, and I wasn't feeling good. And I actually had an episode where I couldn't get out of the van one night because I was so dizzy, and I slept in the van. It was terrible. And the next day after that episode, we went on our way back. So we were driving. On our way back, we went to Hopewell Rocks. It was a bucket list thing for me. I'd always wanted to go to Hopewell Rocks. But when we got there, it was a very hot day. And there was a sign up at the top, and it said there's how many 500 steps down. And if you have health issues, you should probably not do this.
Oh, there was an actual warning too.
Mm-hmm. And I thought, you know what? I can't do this. I can't. I was only 56, and I can't physically do something. So I sent them down, and I stayed at the top, and I cried like in front of all these people. I was just so heartbroken and just beside myself. And I spoke out loud. I'm sure people around me still find this funny. They probably thought I was a Looney Tune, but I just said out loud, "It's time. I just had enough. It's time. This is going to kill me if I don't do something about it, and do it now." I started right then.
That was your breaking point. That was the point that was the straw that broke the camel's back.
And Lindy, I have a picture. I have up here your before picture to show people so that people can actually see what you have, your before here. So here, everybody, here's a before picture of Lindy.
It doesn't even look like the same person.
That was in PEI.
That was in PEI. So that was that time when you were in PEI. Wow.
Yeah.
It's
my niece's wedding. I don't even fit in the frame.
It's crazy how what we do. Like, it's crazy to be on these journeys. It is absolutely crazy.
Well, I'll be honest. I've never known you.
This is I've never known you.
Right. It's like even Antonetta. When we see Antonetta, we see her today. That's who we know. I've never seen the before Antonetta, and I think a lot of people with us, they've never seen it before us. So it's really shocking to see. How did you feel at that moment? Like, I know you were just explaining the situation, but how did you feel about yourself in that moment when you see these pictures, and how do you remember?
It's just devastating. Well, that was the thing. There's hardly any pictures of me before. I love that about you guys, by the way. Can I just say, you guys have so many before pictures, which I think is awesome. You didn't care. I'm taking pictures anyways because I'm fabulous.
It wasn't us.
You know what?
It was my dad.
It was his dad.
Oh, that's awesome.
My dad was a shutterbug. He took pictures everywhere. So a lot of pictures we have from that era, like our first 2 years together, it was all my dad. He took a lot of pictures and we saved them. So we were able to download them and he gave them to us. So we had those to share. But then if you look, there's a gap when the 2016, 2017, 2016, 17, there's a huge time where there's a gap of pictures. We stopped taking pictures of ourselves. When we were on trips, it'd be everyone else.
Well, that picture from PEI, my girlfriend took it. That's her house. And she sent it to me and I immediately deleted it. But then I needed one for afterwards. So I was like, oh, hey, can you send me that picture again? Because I didn't even want to look at it. I was just horrified and I just wasn't feeling good. And I actually thought, I'm going to end up, my dad died at 54 of a heart attack. I was 2 years older than that. So I was pretty worried that I was not going to see my kids grow up and have children of their own. And so, so I started then and I was committed.
Was that when you walked into WW for the first time?
Yeah, I walked into WW
and you walked into WW for the first time.
Yeah.
So how was this 150 pounds you're saying? How did this all be like once you started?
How did you put in your mind to doing that?
How did it work
I think I was just ready this time. I just had enough of feeling not like myself, of feeling unhealthy, of watching my life from the outside, not actually being involved. I didn't even play with my kids. I didn't get down on the ground and play with my kids. I couldn't get back up again. So all those things I missed out on and I just had enough. And so I started and I just, I said, I'm not going to give this a timeline. It's going to take however long it takes. If it takes me 15 years, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care about the scale. I mean, as it was, the scale was very kind to me. I'm just going to start. And I did. And I was going for it. And I was at about 80 pounds down and I was starting to feel fun. I was starting to take a few mirror selfies. I was getting down to like size 18 from 24. And I was feeling really good about myself until, it happened. Right. And
so I want you to dive into that. You can definitely talk about it because it's going to be part of this because you had a setback at some point throughout your journey.
Yeah. I had a setback where I gained it all back.
Yeah.
And it wasn't any fault of my own, unfortunately. I had been out on a walk a week before Christmas in 2015. And I came in, it was nighttime and it was very cold. And when you're cold, you put your hands under your arms like this to warm them up. So that's what I did. And I felt something. I thought, what's that? That can't be good. But it was a week before Christmas. I didn't want to ruin it for my family. So I kind of kept it on the down low. But I called my doctor and I made an appointment for January 5th. And I'll tell you that something to our Canadian healthcare, because this was pre-COVID, but I hit the ground running. So I saw my doctor on the 5th and then it was mammogram and I was doing an MRI and then a biopsy and then surgery. And I mean, everything just happened so quick. And of course I found out that it was breast cancer. So that was kind of a kick in the teeth. Oh my God. But the thing is, if I hadn't have lost that 82 pounds I was at, I probably wouldn't have felt it. I was very dense, I was big. I was a big girl, right? I probably would not have felt it. I mean, it could have been there for a long time. I don't know either.
So essentially, you trying this changing your lifestyle and losing weight saved your life.
Saved my life twice. So I didn't have a heart attack and breast cancer. Yeah. So then, of course, the whole thing started. It was luckily it was stage 2A, so not too bad. It was a 4-centimeter thing. When they did the surgery, it was clear margins and clear nodes, which was awesome. But I was thinking, okay, good, I can go on holidays. But now it's not. So I had 16 rounds of chemotherapy, 31 radiation. I had a port put into my chest right here, and I had 18 Herceptin. And that whole thing took about a year to go through everything. You made probably about a year and 4 months, I guess, all told. Wow. And of course, I lost the hair and, the whole bit. But when you're on chemotherapy, something I never knew, actually, they give you massive doses of steroids. And everybody knows steroids puts weight on. Yep. So even though I wasn't eating a whole lot, because everything tastes like metal, if any of you have been through this, it's terrible. But I gained every last pound of 82. And that actually bothered me more than anything. It bothered me more than losing my hair, of feeling terrible,
because you were doing so well. Because you were doing so well.
Gaining the weight back bothered me because I didn't ever want to see it again.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my hair, I'm doing it again. So.
And you did it.
I was given a clean bill of health.
And so when you got,
you know what? You're not going to die. So let's start again. And I did.
So is that how you kind of like once you got through all the chemo, all the surgeries and all that, everything was good to go? You're like, okay, I'm ready to focus again. I'm going right back to it.
This is it. Going to go back to my walking again because I'm a Fitbit queen.
Yes, you are. You get a lot of steps. When I had a Fitbit, because it broke, so that's why I don't do it anymore. But when my Fitbit, I was like, some people were always in the top. You were one of them.
She was crazy.
You were one of them. It was like, wow, that's a lot of steps.
I don't know how some of you do it, and I stand up all day at work. Like I don't sit.
But you don't do this.
But I don't. Yeah, I don't. I should start doing walking in place, maybe. But
put it on your ankle. 60,000 steps a day, I guess. Yeah.
But I like what you said there. And I'll explain why I like what you said there. You were on a health journey. Something happened to derail it, literally. But you didn't quit completely because you still came back to it after. And I think that's a very important point to tell people, because a lot of us go through situations where something happens. We lose someone. We get something. We lose our job. Something happens that's a big major event.
A pet
dies.
Yeah.
Right? Like anything happens like this, and we say, "Oh, I'm such a failure because I can't maintain my weight loss at the same time." It's like, no, you're going through a traumatic event. You're going through something that's not easy. Don't get mad at yourself if you're having that extra eclair, that bag of chips. Of course, you try to always make the best choices, even when you're going through situations, but sometimes it's not possible. Yeah. You need to make sure that you forgive yourself and then come right back to it, just like Lindy did.
I think another thing too is I had a very, any other time I'd tried, I'd always had a very closed mindset. So I would say, okay, I'm going to join, but if I have Swiss Chalet, I'm having the fries. I'm just going to have the fries. And so I never said, well, how about you try not having the fries for a change and see how it goes? And I actually haven't eaten fries in years, and it doesn't even bother me at all. I don't even care. Your the way you eat changes. And really, if you just give in to the process, and I know it's hard. I know it's hard in the beginning, but it's not always hard.
No.
I don't feel deprived. I eat healthier. I like it.
And you just said something that I always say is applying the mindset to the food eating part. Like a lot of people don't think mindset impacts how you eat, but 100%. It definitely does.
Well, it also goes to the P3 experience this week.
Well, definitely. And so as far as you applying your mindset to the food is knowing that, you know what, I might be able to say no to this now and tomorrow and the day after. But in 3 weeks, when I'm with friends, maybe I will say yes at that point, and that's okay. But then being able to say, no, I don't need this anymore. So many people, I mean, there are so many people in the P3 experience, the pilot, that are giving up pop for the next
12 weeks. We're doing it 12 weeks. We're doing it too. We're doing it too. 12 weeks of no Coke Zero.
No Coke Zero.
Instead of saying like the fixed mindset of, I can't live without Coke Zero. No. You can. You don't
do
want
it.
to, but you can.
I can. Yeah.
For 12 weeks, I'll do it. And what we told everyone for P3 was that if you do this and you don't miss it, what happens then? Like you could do 12 weeks and say, oh, you know what? I do miss it. I want it back, which is fine. You tried it. You did something different.
But you might be able to introduce it to yourself differently in those 12 weeks. You might not say, oh, I need it every day anymore. But you could say, for a once in a blue moon, I'm going to have myself a treat and not feel guilty about it.
Right. And there's other things too with the P3 experience, the nutritional yeast. I was like, before, just the sound of it sounded disgusting, right?
Yeah.
Like, you know what? Just give it a try, Lindy. If you don't like it, don't eat it. And I'll tell you, it's delicious.
I know. On popcorn. You put it on popcorn.
Oh God, right?
It was so good.
It's like cheese.
It's like cheese.
It's like cheddar cheese
on popcorn.
It's just that nice little savory oomph. It's awesome.
Even us, like Jean-Luc and Nick, I think, again, talking about the
we
third
always
person.
Talk in third
we always
person.
say that the two of us are very hard to change food habits. We'll be first to say when people say, stop snacking. We're like, no, we're never going to stop snacking. You guys know us. That's how we're actually going to attempt to stop snacking for 12 weeks.
Yeah, we are.
We're going to try it. See what we can do. If we end the 12-week experience, it's like, oh, we're good now. We don't need it anymore. Great. But if snacking comes back, great. We tried it for 12 weeks. We said we give it a try. It's okay. And that's what this is all about. Weight loss and being healthier is not about changing everything on the get-go. It's about looking at all the options and bringing them in one at a time and seeing, does this work for me?
And testing it out.
Right.
Testing things out and saying,
what's the worst that can happen?
Exactly. What's the worst is that you like it.
Eat a piece of kale. Oh, no.
Yeah. Oh, no. Well, for me, no, but
I will say this, and I'm a firm believer in if you don't like something and you've tried it, then don't have it.
Yeah.
But don't say, I don't like something, if you've never tried it. That's what I don't like, right? And like Nick does not like chocolate. So I will never force him to eat chocolate.
The smell of it repulses me. So I know I don't like it in any way. Like there's no way that will make it past my lips. If he eats chocolate and I kiss him, what do I say?
You don't love me. That's what he says. You don't love me. That's what he says when I eat chocolate.
I said, why'd you put a piece of chocolate in your mouth? You don't want to kiss me?
Because I know you're going to kiss me. Like, I can read your mind. I should, but I don't. But the thing is too, is I think a lot of times we as people, when we're going on these journeys, and I don't even, when we go on these diets, as we like to call it, because that's what they are, we don't really take out. We think that we need to make drastic changes from the get-go because it's the only way we'll see results. Well, that too, but results. But that's not true.
Lindy's a perfect example. What did you always do? When you were trying to lose weight, you ate nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. Starve myself.
Starve yourself. And so that was your way of mentality. Either I eat a lot or I eat nothing to lose weight.
There was no in between.
There was no in between.
Right. And if I have one thing, then that's it. Then I've blown it. So you might as well just eat everything.
Exactly. And that's the same mentality. And I think most of us have that mentality. Yes. Yeah. I think we're taught that. I'm assuming it's the same for you. Like you've always had that mentality of to be able to be successful on a diet, I have to be perfect and I have to make sure I don't. Yeah, it's exactly the way we used to think as well. Yeah. Until you realize that it's not that.
No.
And that's a big revelation, I think.
A lot of people go out on Saturday night and have a vodka soda, right?
Yeah. We drank last night.
Right? We had cocktails last night. We had Di Serono, and guess what? We did not have Coke Zero. We had it with bubbly, and it was delicious.
And we measured our shots.
And we still have
half a bottle.
A quarter of
quarter?
A bottle. Yeah, because the girls were having
yes.
So it wasn't us just drinking alone.
We shared.
Whoa.
Sorry. So Lindy.
So then I just started to lose and lose. I went for like a year in a row without ever having a gain, which was kind of odd. I was just so focused. But again, I was living life. I was going out. My husband and I have Saturday night date nights, and we go out for dinner every Saturday night. And everything was, I was just so positive. It just felt so great to be in little clothes and hopefully this doesn't skeeve anyone out, but sex was reintroduced.
Yeah. Oh my God. We have talked about this before. It's for us too. It improved things.
It's so funny that you mentioned that. For the last couple of days, I'm like, it's funny that we didn't bring the sex topic into P3 at all, but it's true. I think it's true.
It does add,
because not only that, it brings you more confidence in your own body.
I'm also stronger
when
now.
You see yourself,
I can do things, right?
It's the mental part of it too, though, is because you're starting to feel good about yourself. So your pheromones and what you're releasing is very different.
I just want to say one thing: angles. Back top, right? You know what you. So, Lindy, my next question is: how did this people thing happen?
Isn't that sorry, me too. Oh, and I'm sorry, I have a bottle of water. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
We won't.
So I was closing in on 150 pounds, half my weight. And one day I was just sitting in the house and I was just tooling around on my phone. I do it a lot. And I was looking at the Fitbit app because I am, again, a crazy Fitbit person. Yay! I'm a crazy Fitbit person. On the app for Fitbit, it said, hey, do you have a story to tell? Because we'd really like to hear it. And I thought, you know what? I actually do have a story to tell, because not only did I lose the weight, but I lost it twice, although probably 85 times. But I mean, this time twice. and I'm heading all the way to goal, and I have a story to tell. So I just fired off an email about it, right? Like old people do. And like within a few hours, I heard back from them, and they said, this is awesome. We would love to use you in some advertising because, you represent a different demographic at your age, and we think it's fabulous. And so I started doing a few things. They do QVC in the States and things like that. So I was doing those kind of things. And then they came to me and said, we have someone who does the writing part of the Half My Size issue for People. Would you mind if we put your name forward? And I said, no, that would be awesome. I actually get a subscription to People Magazine. I love People Magazine. It's the only crossword I could do. And so, sorry, I said it like 8 times. Sorry. So,
don't be sorry. They're hydrating.
But I really didn't think anything was going to happen with it. for me, it actually just made a really good story. Hey, you know what? My name's up there for people, but I really didn't think. And it was several months that I hadn't heard anything. And so I said to my husband one day, I said, I don't think I got it, but that's okay because they haven't told me no yet. So I can still use it in a story.
Yeah.
And it was election day many years ago. Now it was a few years ago too. And I was just about to go down and vote with my daughter. And I said, I just got an email notification. Let me just check and see who it's from. And it was from People. And my first thought was I needed to pay my bill.
Subscription's up.
Right? Yeah, exactly. So that something about the language made me stop and open it up. And I was like, oh my God, I got it. Oh my God, I got it. My daughter's like, got it. What did you get, Mom? What did you get, Mom? And I was like, I got People. I'm going to be in People magazine. We were freaking out.
I would have been yelling.
Right? But the whole thing said, the only problem is you can't tell anybody. I'm like, are you kidding me? You guys know me. I'm like the biggest oversharer in the world, right?
You like to talk.
And I wasn't allowed to tell them. I might have even seen you guys at that time because I don't know. I don't think it was out at that time.
It hadn't come out yet.
No, it hadn't come out yet.
Really quiet about it. I just told Jackie, my coach, because I had, she was so good about everything. So I did tell her. But so within just a few weeks, I was off to New York City and I went and had this whole photo shoot because this is just before COVID hit. So I got to go to New York. I went to their offices. They took us to J-Lo's hairstylist.
Ooh.
And I know, and I got my hair done and they did the makeup and then the clothes and we got to keep everything, which was awesome.
The outfits you were in
everything.
were gorgeous. Yeah. The pants, those pants that you had on.
These pants that I'm wearing. Those pants cost more than my wedding dress, if you can imagine. I know. What? So they're actually in my cupboard. Yes. So that was November. And I didn't know that I was going to be on the cover until just around Christmas time. And then I got a call. Actually, my girlfriend who lives down in South Carolina, she sent me a black and white picture. She got her copy early. She goes, excuse me, but you're on the cover of People magazine. And I was freaking out. So there I am there in green. This is from Tamron Hall. So then they invited me to go back because they do all sorts of press for it when it comes out. This is the half my size issue thing, right? So they do it every year in January. So in January, I got to go back. By the way, I don't fly. So I was going back and forth to New York 3 times by train, which was
a nice long trek.
But it's fun. It's probably fun in a train. It's more fun in a car. We've done the car once. It was long.
It's very long. So yes, I got to be on Good Morning America, Inside Edition, the Today Show, Tamron Hall, People Now.
Which show was your favorite?
Are you allowed to say?
It was between Tamron Hall and GMA. Yeah, because they were just wonderful. I mean, Robin, like you see her on TV is exactly how she came to our dressing room before. She was chatting. She's also a breast cancer survivor. Her wife is actually going through it right now too, which is kind of sad. So it was just a fantastic experience. And then I came home and WW made me an ambassador, you guys too. And then we started doing press here. So I got to do CTV. And CBC, they actually came to my house and did a thing. And then I was on their show again. And of course, now COVID has hit. So a lot of these things are now going, like I actually got to go and see Lindsay DeLuce in studio. But then after that, everything was by Zoom. But then I was in the Star and the Sun and all these things. Cool. And so they did just after, about 2 months after, they put out a special edition. So I was in that one as well. And right now on Stands, they've done a 20th anniversary. So what they do is they want to see if people get fat again. Because as much as people like to see you lose weight, because they love a big weight loss story, you guys know they love.
But they love the gain stories again.
Well, the other people, I had to include a current picture, which is hilarious because if you look in the corner, is my blood pressure machine. I looked at it and went, "Oh shoot."
I love how they didn't even try to cut it out already.
You're being healthy. You're also taking your blood pressure.
People magazine drink 3 times.
That's amazing.
It was very cool.
And you know what though, Lindy? It's well deserving because you know what? After everything you've gone through and what you had to experience and I just love that they're including people of different ages and different,
you know what I mean? Like you were saying, they wanted someone from your age group for that for initial Fitbit challenge or your competition or the
Well,
contest. I was like, what's the word? Contest.
Yeah. They were wonderful. So
well, you know what? You know what? You've just inspired me, and I'm not going to lie. I'm going to say what we did, what we're doing. There's a Canada Post contest right now going on, and I got an email and
for new small businesses,
which
is what we are.
We're a small business, and it says just send us a video of what your business is all about. And our business is about inspiring people to be their best selves. So we're like, why not send an email? So anybody out there, if there's something that you're apprehensive about,
what's the worst that could happen?
What's the worst that can happen?
What is the worst that can happen?
You get no response. Oh,
right.
You were going to send one anyway. So,
and if you don't ask, you never know. And
it makes a great story.
It does.
I'll say this too. And I think the three of us can kind of relate to this. I think also when you lose your weight, you gain some confidence.
Oh, definitely.
Which then allows you to then sometimes step out of your comfort zone. That sounds like a
fortune cookie. Should we have to say,
like we're talking before the show, right? We were talking about the show about, there's a new condo complex being built near us, right? Jean-Luc and Nick back in the day would never even thought of walking in. We walked in. We're like, oh yeah, we're interested. They give us this book, which is our whole neighborhood.
It's our neighborhood.
Here. So we actually have a memory of our neighborhood now.
But it's so one of those things that, you know what? Believe in yourself.
Just try things, because you know what? You don't know what the outcome will be from that attempt.
And and I want to even apply it more to like even your daily life and your foods and your way you think about yourself, because you can apply that yes mentality and that what's the worst that can happen mentality to it, right?
And say yes to you. Say yes.
Yeah. Say yes.
You have one. I always say this.
Put a bathing suit on. Who cares? Put a bathing suit on.
I always say this. You're only guaranteed this one life, no matter what you believe in. You can believe in reincarnation, afterlife, anything you believe in. The only guarantee you have right now is this life. So say yes to yourself. Yes. Make this life valuable and important to you. Do the things you want to do that you love doing.
Key said it in one of the sessions this week, and she said it again tonight right before she was going live in the group, in the P3 group, the summer group. And she said, you are the only you on this planet
right now.
Right now. There's nobody else like you. You are a unique person. So don't be afraid of being you, because
you're the only one.
No one else can replace you. You are so special. Every single one of us is so special, and we need and deserve all to shine in our own way.
But you know, sadly before, I had a hard time making eye contact with strangers, with family and people I knew I was okay, but I wasn't, because I was thinking that they're going to judge me. I hated crossing the street because I was thinking they're going to say, hurry up, chubby, or something. You know, I don't know that they did, but I
quit being a lifeguard as a teenager because I thought lifeguards aren't fat. And I needed one course, and I quit because I was like, if lifeguards aren't fat, what's the point of doing one more course for nothing? So I might as well just.
I stopped auditioning for plays and being in theater because I thought there will never be a fat, and I said it to myself, a fat Danny Zuko on stage. There will never be, you know what I mean?
And you wasted your beautiful voice.
And it's one of those things that I prevented myself from doing because I thought, I'll always be just the back.
I'm not good enough.
Yeah, I'll be cast. I won't be I'll never be one of the main characters.
So Lindy, one of the things I wanted to ask you, because you talked about, throughout your all your journeys you've had trying to lose weight, you used to starve yourself, then gain back, used to WWE. Like, have you found a balance now? Do you ever fear that you'll fall off again, that you'll gain all the weight back?
I think it's always a worry. I'm a binge eater. And so I've had to just learn how to live with that, because it's not going away.
Yeah.
I still want to eat when I'm upset about things. And so I've just learned how to work with that. And so one of the things I do is I keep a clean environment. So if I want something, it's not in the house. I have to go out and have it. So I'm not saying, you know what, you can never get to have a chocolate chip cookie again, because chewy cookies are my thing. It's not that I can never have it again. I'm just not eating that stuff in my house. Like so chips. I can't make it easy for me. Right. And yes, you know what, actually, because I hit maintenance just as the whole thing kicked off. And so it is hard that I'm not going to a studio anymore. Luckily, I do have this whole in all the people. And now with the P3 experience, I have them too. And just, can I just say, the people on there are just bloody amazing. Oh my God. You put like a picture of your fruit and everyone's like, oh my God, it's so beautiful.
That's and Lindy, that's why we knew, we saw our Facebook group and how people thrive when you get that support from your peers. Yes. And so when we built P3 Weight Loss Experience, it was with the mindset that we understand the two of us need you guys to be successful, and we know this now. Like, we know we need
and
people.
We also realize everybody needs people to feel that
love and connection, that acceptance.
You need people.
When are we going to karaoke, lady? Right? Oh, I didn't know you sang.
Of course, music goes everywhere, all over my body.
We need to do P3 karaoke.
Oh my goodness!
There's so many singers. We have to do it.
So, what is one of the? I want to ask, what is the one thing that you struggle with the most when you come to your journey? Something that you have that comes up most often?
So for me, it's loneliness. So my husband is a manager. He actually runs the second largest hub for Pure Later Couriers, the biggest courier company in Canada.
Wow.
And so everyone else is, working from home, and their job load has gone down. Well, my husband works 16, 18 hours a day. I rarely see him. He works afternoons. And so I spend a lot of time on my own. Now, before COVID, it didn't bother me so much because I was at Zumba and I was at yoga, and I was, I was swimming, I was doing all sorts of things. And then suddenly all of that stopped, and I'm sitting in my living room, and I find it very lonely. So that's when I struggle the most, when I'm feeling lonely and bored. And so I'm glad things are opening up.
B word, the board, because this afternoon, the two of us said, let's go for a walk because we were both hungry.
Well, I was on after we did step.
And we're not hungry.
No,
it was just boredom.
We did step and I made lunch, and then Nick was like, I don't want to go for a nap because it throws off my sleep. But my eyes kept shutting, and I'm like,
do you want to go for a nap?
I'm like, yeah. He goes, let's just go for an hour. So we went.
Let's set an alarm, and we set an alarm for an hour. Otherwise, this guy here, I would be
cranky.
I get cranky.
And then we would be up till like 4:00 in the morning today because he wouldn't be able to sleep.
So funny, because he was like, how does Nick get cranky?
And then
he's always so happy.
It's fake. It's fake.
No, I do get cranky, and he gets
Everyone does. Come on.
He gets the brunt of it.
I'll be honest. I'm not that cranky of a person. I will be honest.
With me. I tell him all the time. I say to him, thank you for putting up with my bad attitude.
I have my moments.
You still love me?
Yeah, thank you for still loving me. Yeah.
And I even told him today, I will be honest, my head place
today.
was in this morning was really and it wasn't like I was mad at anything.
I hugged him a lot today.
I woke up
into a funk.
I woke up in a funk. I did step, and I was like, even at step, I noticed I wasn't talking much at the beginning of class. Like I listened to other people talk, and I knew there was something. I can't pinpoint it today. I don't know. I'm not upset about anything.
I gave him a hug.
He gave me hugs. We went for a walk. The walk was fantastic.
Yes, the walk was amazing.
The walk was just such a way to make me just
we got to get this on our walk, so that made us even happier after.
And just this, and it's the things we take for granted, I think, sometimes too, right? Yeah. The little things that we take for granted, and knowing that, you know what, there's always tomorrow. And there's always a better day is coming. And so in my mind, I was like, you know what? I'll be fine. I'll be okay. And now I'm in a great mood. I'm talking to some wonderful people. I'm feeling much, much better. And it's funny how just a little bit of time and being around people who are like-minded really does help.
That's so huge for me, the like-minded. This whole group of people is just, it's amazing. I couldn't have got through the last 2 years without. Honestly.
Yes, we're the same way.
Yes,
we were actually talking about this just the other day. For us, COVID is what made us really successful. We remember when COVID first started, and we were doing so many workshops. We were doing all the lives all the time. We were always on, and we were like, that's when we were most successful because we were accountable. People saw us all the time, and we lost that along the way because things started opening up. We are no longer WW members. That's another thing that changed for us. So all these changes added to that loss. And so we had to find what are we missing right now to make this again. And so when we started working on P3, that's one of the things that we know.
And then how can we
posting in that group our meals and going live with you guys keeps us accountable. It's like, we got to show them what we're eating. I can't put some gravy on this because they'll see.
Filling your cup.
Filling our cup and helping and getting others and filling other people's cups.
Oh yes, because when you send it out there, it comes back to you in spades.
Yeah,
right? Absolutely.
We want other people to fill to have their cups filled, because sometimes you might not be able to fill your own cup, but someone has something to fill yours for you, and they say, you know what, you can take this, you deserve this, you need this,
and how great! I mean, if one of your people says, hey, you know what? I did really well in the last few weeks. I can feel my clothes are. You're like, oh my God, I'm
exactly.
We have shared a story in the past where we had like, because we were doing so many tours with WW back in the day, we met people a year after we saw them the first time.
Yeah.
And some of them have come up to us and say, you know, because I saw you guys last year, I lost 100 pounds or I can walk again. And that, I remember that's what drives us. That's what we love hearing. Those success stories that people have changed their lives. Now they can do and live. And like your story right now, like you being able to live your life and have fun and not be that person where I don't want to look up at people when I'm walking. I don't want to walk down the street because people say stuff. Getting out of that funk of and just enjoying your life is what we want others to feel. Because we were in the same boat. I thought at 35 my life was over. I thought this is the end. My feet already hurt. It's going to get downhill from here. I'll never be able to be active again. I do step 8 times a week now. And see, that was 4 years ago. And a lot of us sitting here are going, oh, but you know what? I'm not as young as you, Nick. I'm a little older. There's so many examples of people, Lindy right here, all examples of people that are not my age, made a change and are now so active and can do so much with their lives. So don't discount yourself.
You're not the person you were yesterday.
I'm on a dragon boat team now.
Yeah, see? Wow. Like, look at that.
How long have you been doing that for?
Ontario.
Is that helping with the guns?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I bet.
How long have you been doing that now?
I just joined in January. So
that's amazing.
Getting on Lake Ontario, and I'm in a group of all breast cancer survivors, which is
awesome. Are you actually going to be racing?
Yes, on our first one is Heart Lake at the end of May.
In Heart Lake?
In Brampton.
Our old stopping ground.
Oh my God, we need to go watch you race. That would be so much fun.
Don't cheer me on.
So what made you decide to do that?
I belong to a survivor group, and somebody said that they were a captain. I said, that's something I've always wanted to do. And I thought, do it, Lindy. What can happen? Like I said, and I said to her, I might suck at this. She goes, so who cares? Give it a try. And it turns out I don't.
You're not the only one rowing.
I'm stealing that saying. She just said, do it, Lindy. Do it, Nick.
Yeah.
Do it, Lynn. Do it, Kim. Do it, Joyce. Do it, Maria. Right? Do it.
Well, what was it? Antonetta said it before. The power of saying yes. Yeah. Saying yes to something. If someone asks you, it's almost like improv, yes and. Yes, and that's what the only rule in any type of improv game that you play is always saying yes to whatever is suggested and then saying and to add something else to it. So what is stopping us now from saying yes and to our lives? Yes, and because we need to live them. We need to enjoy them. Yes, it's not always easy, but knowing that you can see changes and you can see improvements and you can see differences and you can be happy. It is possible.
So I'm not a huge person for losing weight for a specific reason. So don't say I'm going to a reunion. I've got a wedding. My daughter's getting married in July. And I told you guys, it's actually one of the reasons I joined the P3 experience. But if I don't lose any weight, I'm okay. I've got 4 dresses.
Yeah.
One of them looks really awesome on me. So I don't care. If I do, then awesome as well. It's great. So don't say it's
I love that. And because to us, a health journey is not just about weight loss.
No,
there's a reason why also there's no goal weight for P3. There's no goal that you're setting yourself in terms of a set goal that we tell you what to do. You're setting your own goal, what you want to achieve. And so if your goal for the summer is just to live this experience, learn some new things, have some friends,
meet new people,
that's a great reason to do it.
New foods,
try new food,
recipes.
And you know what it is?
Dancing on Friday night. It's fun.
We had fun.
It's knowing that when I lost my train of thought. Totally lost it. Choo choo. Train gone. Zoom gone already. My goodness.
Wait till you're my age.
Oh,
so I do have a question. Last question for you, Lindy. I want to ask you. What would you tell your younger self?
Yeah.
You're fine the way you are. Stop messing with it.
I love that.
Stop messing with it because not everyone is supposed to be a size 2. And I was just fine as this was probably a size 8. Nowadays it's different, right? But I was probably just that 142 pounds. I was probably a size 8, but I wanted to be something that I wasn't, and something that I made a self-fulfilling prophecy by my family's labels. Although I love my family, don't get me wrong. But I became the fat girl that I always worried I was going to be, or that I was. Mm-hmm, and so I fulfilled that. So yeah, tell my younger self, you're fine the way you are. You look great. You look
great.
And don't pluck your eyebrows.
Don't pluck your eyebrows. I
thought she was
love
gonna say on
Look
December
at these
22nd, 1999. Don't do this.
it. Don't pluck your. That's the best advice I heard. And don't pluck your eyebrows, please. Like, look what happens.
Thank you so much, Lindy, for being our guest today. We were so excited when you said yes to do this with us.
Yes.
We've been. I know you said you fangirl when you met us, but we fangirl when we meet you.
And when we saw that People magazine in the grocery store.
Oh, no, we know her.
I'm like, oh my God, right away. Like we were yelling in the grocery store and I took the picture and I think I sent it to you right away.
Yeah, because I sent it back to you because I kept it. I screenshot that.
I was like,
they know me. We're like the M&M guys.
Ah, we are.
We do exist.
We do exist.
Lindy, thank you so much for being here.
Guys,
thank you for being such a shining beacon of light and hope, and knowing that.
And I know people will feel inspired by your story.
You can make changes not only once, but you can do it twice.
Drink your water
twice.
Yeah, drink your
water.
Power.
Yes. People.
Awesome.
People.
Awesome. Oh my goodness! Thank you so much, Lindy. And I hope you have a fantastic, lovely Mother's Day.
Yes, all of you as well. All the mothers in here. We said it earlier, but we'll say it again. Happy Mother's Day to everybody. This is the final 4 shows of the summer. Oh my
God, this is so
We're getting our first break. So for those of you who are not aware, Jean-Luc and Nick are taking a break.
Yes.
Our first break in 2 years.
2 years.
We're taking a summer off. Well, not really. There's other
We have other things going on.
You might see us at some point in the summer.
Us a little bit in places here and
this
there.
summer. I'm not going to tell you exactly
we're not going to
what,
say it yet, but it's coming.
Hint.
Hint.
Anyways, but we're taking a summer break from our shows because we will be doing a lot of things this summer and going places and seeing people. But we're not leaving you high and dry.
No. So we have our next 4 shows still. We have Tia who's coming next week, which is going to be great. We're going to be talking a lot about mental health because she's a very, very big advocate for mental health, especially because she suffers from it herself. We on May 22nd, we have Dr. Jor
Nom and his wife Vanessa,
who are WW members. His wife is a WW member, and if I'm not mistaken, they're life coaches for couples.
Yeah, they actually do coaching for couples, so they'll actually have them on. Maybe he'll coach us a little bit.
Who knows?
Maybe they'll say we're like,
they'll be like, oh,
you guys should not be together. You guys should not be together. Like, what?
We're like, oh, we're yin and yang. They're like, oh my God, yeah, opposites do attract.
And then on May 29th, we have Terry Lynn. Terry is joining us, our final guest before our summer break.
But as Nick was saying, Sundays are not done.
Yes.
They might no longer be live on YouTube or Facebook, but our lovely Kim
and Rosie
will be hosting Sunday night Zoom chats. There's going to be a creative, cute name for it at some point. All summer. So if you still want to talk and meet up with people and just have a conversation, the Zoom will still be open
at 6:30 on Sundays, just like we've been doing.
Yeah.
And Kim and Rosie will decide if they're busy, they might cancel a weekend. So it's all up to them. So we'll let them, but they're gonna run the Zoom all summer.
Yeah, we don't want people to feel lost in the summer because this has become such a staple for everybody, and we want to make sure that you guys still feel supported.
But we needed a break. We needed a little time off. It's been 2 years was a fun, mind you. We love our show,
love it,
but we needed a break for at least 2 months
we want to go see family and not feel rushed to get home on Sunday evenings.
And some of you, like we said, you might see us differently. Maybe you'll actually be able to do this to us.
Maybe.
Come join the chit chat. We'll be able to gossip about the guys.
Exactly. Come talk about us. We won't be here.
We might show up one Sunday.
We'll change our name. I'll be like, I'll come in as Nick. I was saying Nicole.
No, come in as Steve.
I'll come in as Steve.
They might not let you in.
Bob. I'll come as Bob. I'll just sit down. Bob. Thank you, Linda. Lynn said they both deserve a break. Thank you. We're looking forward to it, but like we said, we're taking a break from this.
You guys are gonna not see us. Trust me.
You'll see us in a lot of ways still. Honestly, we're gonna be around still. So that's what's coming up. Also, our Instagram contest for True Local ended. So now we're going to be picking out a winner sometime soon. We have another contest coming, though.
Yes, we have a contest coming. It's this month, is it not?
Yeah, in a few days, actually.
In a few days.
You can win a Shape-A.
You can win a Shape-A.
So if you go on Instagram and you follow us, you'll have a chance to win a Shape-A for yourself or for a friend, if a friend wants one. We actually got one for my mom today.
For Mother's Day.
Yeah, my mom got one for
Happy
Mother's
Day. Mom got a Shape-Up.
Yeah, I got my mom.
Well, we were gonna get her a massage, and then we're like, oh, wait a minute here. Do you want a Shape-Up? We'll get you a Shape-Up instead. So we bought her a Shape-Up.
She's wanted one anyways, and she's seeing how it's affecting us in our. Like I won't lie, it's helped me a lot this year. I will give it kudos. Kudos is due for someone who suffers with a lot of weight issues, and that number really bothers you. It really has helped me a lot. And I'm saying this as a person that struggled with this for years and years.
And I will say this, there's a little video that I posted in the Jean-Luc and Nick, our group, talking about Shape-Up, and it's the co-founder. And
you put it in there too?
I did put it in the group.
I thought you put it in the other one. My body and soul.
Maybe I put, then I will post it in the group too. Because if I didn't, I thought I did. I might. There's a lot of posting going on in my brain.
There's a lot of groups.
There's a lot of groups to handle right now. But I will put that because he talks about the science behind where our brains go when we see a number on the scale, and where they decided to put in a zone where the colors fall into play. Because he's like, if you get on the scale and you ate a lot, and you get on the scale and you see you went up, you feel bad. But then there's weeks where you get on the scale and you didn't eat. I'm sorry, I'm saying it incorrectly. I'll make you watch the video. I can't.
One of the things that my mom liked about the video was the fact they talk about women and their menstrual cycle. So the scale actually takes that into consideration when it gives you your colors. And so it's all encompassing and trying to make sure that what you're seeing is not going to deter you from being healthy. And for me, it's actually worked. So I'm like, whatever they're trying to sell worked for me because no matter what, right now, if I go on a scale, I know I'm close to 200 pounds.
Me too.
Which means I'm 20 pounds above my goal weight right now. Approximately. But the goal weight I used to have, but I haven't looked at it. But my scale this week said teal. It said I'm losing. So you know what I'm feeling? Excited. I don't care what the number is, but I know I'm losing right now. And that's all that matters. I'll keep going and applying that same mindset and keep going for that color because it's going to keep me going in the right direction. But if I had a number right now, what do I tell myself? Oh my God, Nick, you gained 15 pounds.
How am I going to lose these 15 pounds?
How am I losing 15 pounds? What am I going to do?
Instead of focusing on just being a color and not having to worry about that.
And that's what it's helped for me. And that's why we really talk about it so much, ladies and gentlemen, is because it's been a mind-blowing thing for me in terms of my mindset for me. So
Lynn says she sees blue in your future.
That's my goal for P3. Blue. I want blue. I never had it.
I love that I'm going different places. I was teal a couple days ago. I was blue. I went back to green. I haven't gone back into light gray or dark gray. So I'm happy with that because I know everybody's body. A body fluctuates. I'm like, how many times can you say that differently?
So we want to thank everybody for joining us this evening. We will be back next Sunday with Tia. We hope you had a great time. I'm going to share our socials so you guys can see that stuff. So give me 1 second. You can keep talking, hon. I always forget to do this.
I don't even know what you want me to talk about.
Just talk about what your dinner today. What did you make for dinner?
For dinner today, I made some chicken that I cut into like sliced them really thin, and I breaded them with they're nut crumbs.
Yes.
So they're not breadcrumbs. They are made from nuts. And I bought them at the low-carb grocery store, and all it is nuts with spices. There's a spicy one, there's a Cajun one, there's a
coconut one,
there's a coconut curry one. And then I just coated my chicken and then put it in the air fryer.
It was amazing.
And I made a salad with it, and then we had some yellow beans.
Our plate was like very much 75% vegetable.
It was all vegetable.
And almost
and we I cut the pieces of chicken into 3, and we took 2 of them and put them in the fridge. So we ate less than we normally would eat because we would have ate a full breast each. And I left 2 pieces for tomorrow.
Kieran, if you're watching right now, we're really trying. We're really trying. So thank you everyone for joining us. Here's our you see on screen right now all of our socials. Come to find us. And by the way, one of the next things coming out is our recipe book.
Yes.
And our shop. We have our social media team already working on it as we speak. So that's coming up soon. So we will soon have Jean-Luc and Nick t-shirts and merchandise, and our own cookbook is coming out as well. So a lot of the recipes that Jean-Luc has been working on, some of them we changed and tweaked from the original version. So you'll have some new things to get from us. And we thank all of you for being here again, for making this the best. Like, this is almost 3 years. Our channel is going to be up to 3 years soon.
3 years.
And it's all thanks to all of you just joining us every week and just supporting us.
Yeah. And A Body Step celebrates 1 year this month.
Yeah. Woo-hoo. Who knew?
Can you believe it? I
know.
know.
Thank you everyone for joining us.
Have
we'll see you next week.
YouTube. Have a great night, Facebook. Have a great night, TikTok. And have a great night, Instagram.
Woo-hoo.